The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Morning, fellas. James, Ray, Brian, Steven. Guys, good morning. Good morning. Guys, we are back at it. Victor, good morning. John, Todd, Randy, and Sue. Yannick, Lori, good morning. Guys, good morning. Hope you all had a blessed Easter. Hope you enjoyed your 3-day holiday. I am feeling much better. Not 100%, but pretty close. I feel pretty good. Guys, if you're here on trial, good morning, Becky. Same to you as always. If you're here on trial, good morning and welcome. Fellas, Europe and Asia are still largely closed. So we could have a fairly slow trade today. For you guys that paid attention on Friday, non-farm payroll came in at 916,000 jobs. Coming into the session, good morning, Deepak. Coming into the session, we've traded 52,000 NASDAQ contracts. So volume is about 25,000 contracts light, give or take, from when we generally come in, to the session. ES has traded 73,000. So we're, light here. Gold, same thing, fairly light. So we're going to have lighter volume today, guys. I would expect longs. I would like to see some pullbacks. We are up near the high of the day. At this point, if NASDAQ breaks out above, if it can get above 98, really call it 400, we could trade 418. NASDAQ trade 418, maybe 437, 457 area. I don't think we go much higher than that today. Coming into the session, we do have markets that are up. Again, if you guys are here on trial, good morning and welcome to the room. I'm not sure whose trials are in the room yet, but Dow futures guys up 213, S&P up 22, NASDAQ up 70, Russell leading by a pretty big margin, again up almost 30 points. VIX futures down 0.4 at 1952. VIX cash up 3% at 1786. We are trading basically summer VIX numbers. Very low volatility. Good morning, Paul. Guys, if you were in class on Friday, I have sent the video, Friday's video, from our first class. If you don't have it, email me, but everybody has been sent the video. If you were in class on Thursday, Thursday's video, as you guys know, I could not record the session because my C drive was full. I have since, with the help of one of the members, figured out how to clear my C drive so we won't have that problem going forward. I had videos that had been accumulated since 2017, trade room videos. I've deleted all of those. The point is, I did not record Friday's session or Thursday's session. One of the members did and sent it to me. And unfortunately, it's too big a file to send. So on Thursday, I will go over again what we covered on Thursday or this past Thursday so that you guys have a recording of that. If you have Thursdays, that'd be great. Thank you, Chris. In any event, guys, we're here. It's Monday, start of a new week, post-Easter. You were able to download the video I sent? I got messages back from people they couldn't download it. I don't know. I'm not a tech guy. In any event, we'll see. Look, I'm not going to, I don't rarely focus on anything that's happened. If I have to incorporate that into Thursday's session, I will. It's not a problem. And you guys will have the video. I've resolved the issue with my ability to record or lack of ability to record. Quickly taking a look around, guys. A lot of sellers in crude. Almost 3,800 net sellers in crude. Almost 900 net sellers right now in gold. NASDAQ does have net buying, almost 1,200 net buyers, small net buyers in the RTY, and small net buyers in the ES. That's where we're at. Silver looks like it's going to short along with gold. Gold is in a short, should continue to short. It's Monday. We're here. We'll see what we can come up with. We'll do what we do, make some money, and get gone. Get you guys on with the weekend or with Monday, start of the week. Good morning, Patrick. Hope skiing was good. It's got to be dang near the end of the year for you, no? It's time to start playing golf. Not yet, huh? Time to start playing golf. Guys, beautiful day in the South. Finally. If gold breaks down below 21, maybe 21.3, it is going to get hit. It will get hit. Watch a breakdown below 21.3. Yeah, it's Masters week. I'm pretty excited about this. Last year, I actually had tickets to the Masters. First time I'd ever had tickets. And it was a no-go. I'd never been drawn. I finally got drawn last year for the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. And there were no fans. Sucked. In any event, guys, we're here. Let me quickly read the disclaimer. Excuse me. I agree, Chuck. I wish they had done that. Let's see here. Let's use the Mets. And let me find my disclaimer so I can read it. I should be able to do it from memory. Yeah, let's see here, guys. I got to find it. Which I cannot. There we go. U.S. government required disclaimer. Futures and options trading has large potential rewards, but also large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the futures and options markets. Do not trade with money you can't afford to lose. This website is neither a solicitation nor an offer to buy or sell futures or options. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those discussed on the website. Past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. CFTC Rule 4.41, hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Since trades have not been executed, results may have under or overcompensated for the impact, if any, of certain market factors, such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those shown. Last but not least, the fact that I may or may not be in a trade does not lend more or less credence to that trade. Please trade according to your own accounts. Trade according to your tolerance for risk. We are good to go. Good morning, Mark. Again, guys, if I have any of my trials in, it is early. I will go over the room and what you can expect this week. Maybe in another 15 or 20 minutes, we'll give other trials a chance to get in the room. For my members, I have turned on my gold bot. The 15-minute is going to short if you trade a 15-minute GC bot. Good morning, Jay. The 3-minute is already into shorts. And I do have ZB on, which is also into shorts. Those targets are all hit. Bond yields are continuing to rise. Good morning, John. Very good morning to you. Guys, it could be a slow Monday. Europe is closed. Asia largely closed. So it could be a very slow Monday. But if gold breaks down below about 21.3, it's going to get whack-a-mole. Pay attention to that number. Crude could be setting up for a bounce long. Quite a bit of selling in crude, back below $60 again. I'd like to see NASDAQ maybe pull back to 360 for an entry. It's not much, 20 points. So again, especially for my newer members with the bots or with the bot, I do have GC on the 3-minute. It's already into a short. I have ZB on. That is already into shorts. Targets have been hit on both ends, both GC and ZB. I do have GC on the 15-minute, which looks like it will short at 8:15. I do not have indices on yet. For those of you that are newer with the bot, Dr. Dean will be doing education on Saturday. I strongly advise that you guys attend his education. It's $199. It is well worth it. He will give you an abundance of information, best days to trade, what instruments, best times, etc. Years worth of data. I will send that email. Good morning, Hubba Hubba. I will send that email out today. Good morning, Caesar. Very good morning to you. Happy to have you. And I will be going over, guys, for those of you that are on trial, I'm just giving trial members an opportunity to log in 8 a.m. Some of you guys are on the West Coast. Some of you guys are in other countries. So it may be very early where you're at. If you're in Australia, it's very late. But I will go over the room in a little bit. If you guys are here on trial, my members are aware, but just to share with you guys, I am in the end stages of COVID. I have dealt with COVID for the last 2 weeks. I have still run the room. My symptoms were mild for the most part, except for the exhaustion. So presumptively, I feel good at this point. I should be able to get through the session. But if not, we'll end the session when I just feel I can't go any further. But at this point, I feel basically 100%. At the moment, as my friend Sandy used to say, I have bupkis. He used to say butt kiss, but a little bit lost in that UK translation. Hope you guys all had a blessed Easter. For those of us that are Christians, which is the majority of my room, our Savior has risen. Amen. Absolutely. I promise you, yes, he is risen indeed. I promise you guys, my tolerance has risen again. For those of you guys that are members or have been in the room the last couple of weeks, I have had a fairly low tolerance level. I apologized in advance. I will apologize again. But I'm getting back to my more normal self. My wife started talking to me again. That's a good thing. I'm being a little facetious on that. But this COVID thing sucks, fellas. Don't get it. For those of you guys that are here on trial, I run the robot on different time frames across a couple of instruments. This is the first robot trade of the day. This is a gold short. It is on a 15-minute time frame. And then I'll go over the bot for you guys. If you're here on trial, just so you know, I will send you guys each day through Thursday, today through Thursday, I will send you guys a daily email just recapping the room. Well, my RTY would have taken a trade if I had it on, Keith. I don't turn them on until after the market opens, but your RTY has already gone to first target. I will send you guys a daily video, which is nothing, which will be well, it's not even a recap of today. It's the recording from the session. I don't edit it. They are, Deepak, yes. Good morning, Marco. Very good morning to you. CL to me on the new indicator definitely looks like a long. If it can get it's got to get above 90 on the new indicator. Is what it looks like. On the 15 range, I would say it's longs. Let's see what gold's got 12 buyers in here, 14 buyers. Good morning, Greg. Were you short? 75. Yeah, I think we're coming down to 67. Maybe we get to 64. I rather like 60 area for a long. We could come down 60, 59, I guess. What's your target? NASDAQ is a short. I just don't know that we can get much below 60. Yeah, 58. Same area I have. So this is the new indicator. Let me move this for a second because that could be on for perpetuity. So for my trials, this is a new indicator that I built. Well, my programmer programmed, but it is a long now. It is a long. Crude is a long. I wanted to see this area cleared here. And I don't have, yeah, I do. You're long on CL. This is a very simple indicator to use. You'll see it throughout the week. You are short on red when it breaks support, which are those dots. You are long on blue when it breaks resistance above. Disregard yellow. It's a very easy indicator. but crude is a long with a first target of what looks like about 60.14. Maybe right about here for target 1. And then your stop is 67. Still a little early for me on crude, but I like crude closer to 9 o'clock. Gold on the bot. Still sitting. It's up about 4 ticks. For my trial members, let me go over the room. Those that join late, they'll see it on the video. The room is comprised of 2 separate and distinct areas. The first, of course, is the robot. Most of you guys have either used a robot or traded a robot. Some of you may own a robot. And most of them have one single commonality. They don't make any money. They do not make any money. Our robot is different. It's programmed entirely different than any other robot in that it's using moving averages across multiple time frames. Your primary chart, which in this case is a 15-minute robot, or this is a 15-minute time frame, but it's also monitoring moving averages across those secondary time frames, which you see in the upper left-hand corner. Targets and stops are not generic. The robot uses average true range to plot stops and targets on its own. It's a fully automated system. Now, like any automated system, just because it's automated does not mean that every single trade is a winner. But we do make money generally each day, each week with the robot. It does have losing days. It does have losing trades. And I generally turn them on at 8 a.m. Although the data suggests, and for my newer bot members, this is what Dean will cover on Saturday, the data suggests you should be turning these on at 6 a.m. Eastern. So the question is, why are mine not on at 6 a.m. Eastern? And that's because I like to come into the room at 0 so you guys can see all the trades. Now, my numbers will differ from members that are running them at 6 a.m. For instance, the Russell's already had a winning trade on the robot. I don't even have mine on yet. And this looks like it's going to go to a stop out, which it may. That's fine. And I'll let it trade and I'll let it go to a loss if it does. And if it wants to take a long, then on the smaller time frame, we'll let it take a long. The second aspect of the room is going to be order flow trades. If you do not see it on the screen, i.e. vis-a-vis a bot, then it's an order flow trade, which I still teach. I just started my 3rd order flow group this past Friday morning. The next class will be in September. But nonetheless, you can benefit if you're interested in taking order flow trades. So that is the composition of the room. First day or two might be a little confusing, but you guys will get the hang of it, tomorrow or Wednesday at the latest. And then again, I will send out a daily email with a video. It'll be this room video It's also posted to YouTube and Vimeo. And you guys can go back and see what we've done and try to make sense of it if you'd like to watch the videos.
Order filled.
Let's see what we got. Crude. This is the we call it the breakout indicator. First target I have is around 14. So it's gone, 90 to 03. 13 ticks so far. Magnus, good morning. Yeah, I feel 100% better. I'm not at 100%, but I'm pretty close. I'll be probably 100% in a few more days. I don't really have any issues. I still get tired, but short of that, I'm fine. NASDAQ's having a dog of a time getting above 90. Anybody long crude? Your first target is 14. If you are long CL, 14. Right where I've put that line. That's your first target. This guy. I love that. Okay, Mac. Okay, Carl. Should get you to 14, fellas. You guys can slide your stop up to 80. Hey, Gary. If gold now can get above 30.6, it will break out. Gold above 30.6 will break out. Right where that second target is. I'll put that up here if it can get above. It's got to break 30.6. Again, guys, today could be a chop fest without volume. I have no idea what we're going to get. Silver's also trying to go long on the new indicator. Crude's gotten 9, so about 6 ticks from first target. You guys can move your stop to 86. So again, for my trials, just to reiterate, this indicator here is 1 tick from target, fellas. This indicator is simple. You are long on blue when it clears overhead resistance. You are short on red when it clears underneath support. And yellow is meaningless. We had 13, fellas. 13. There you go. Target hit. Target hit. 14. First target hit and filled. First target hit and filled. Free trade, guys. 60.47 would be your next target. VWAP 60.47. CJ, when I say new, it's a couple of months now, but this is an indicator that I had programmed, which you can see these, for instance, these underlying supports, 1, 2, and 3 standard deviations. You would be short crude here, and then the long was just here. $7.53 based on the new indicator. $7.53. Yes, right here. Yep, it would have been. You'd be way late. I mean, if you look at it, you had your first short here. That's the way, last night. And then you had your next short here at 4:05 a.m. Yeah, it's available to everybody. It has been for about 2 months. It's $9.97. It is not automated. It's a manual entry. But Joel is working on an automation aspect or automating that. It's free trade, fellas. It's a big crude trade. Next target is 46. From about 90. You have 24 ticks on your first target. It's filled. Silver looks like it's going to pop as well. Additional, CJ, additional. It's a wholly separate indicator. Most of the room has it. Silver's breaking out. Gold should break out as well. Here's gold on the small 3-minute. Almost a first target. Guys, if gold breaks above 30.6, it's at first target. It hit, did not fill. But if gold breaks above 30.6, it's going to go. It'll break out. Hit first target to the tick again. Now it's 1 tick shy. We hit it to the tick on this candle. It didn't fill. NASDAQ is breaking out. We're going to 93 next. Russell is turning up. Crude stop can go to 99. Anybody that's in crude, you're locking in 8, 9, 10 ticks at this point. Gold, NASDAQ is now tagging Friday's high. It just eclipsed Friday's high. 418 is the target now on NASDAQ. 418. Russell is turning up. Anybody long silver? Okay, silver's going. No, last year's ticket holders were not given an exemption for this year. Yeah, target number 1 on silver is about 20, right where there's first target on gold. Here's the breakout area, 30.6 on gold. NASDAQ target, fellas, 418. We got to 30.5. We're one tick from breaking out on gold. Russell is long, 81.8. Russell is long at 81.8. Look at you, NASDAQ, go. Guys, I think we're actually going to go to 437. We're going 418 next. 418 on the NASDAQ. If anybody has long NASDAQ, and then 437. ES is going to make it to 38, a break of 38. We keep going. Come on, gold. Break out. It's one tick away from breaking out. Stop on Russell is 77.2, 77.2. And NASDAQ is going to get that 18 quickly. Jeez. Daily target hit. Nice, John. Nice job. CL's next target was hit. Basically VWAP. You're welcome, Mac. I would not be out of crude. Your stop now can go to 14, which was first target. So you're basically locking in 24, 25 ticks. Look at this gold. One tick from breaking out. One lousy tick. Still think it'll break out. NASDAQ not quite to 18. Looks like it got 17.75. It did. Guys, some of you asked me questions like Charles is asking me why 418 was the target, whatever. I don't answer those questions in the trade room, Charles. I do that in education. I teach that in the order flow education, how I identify targets. But with a room full of trials, and many of you guys ask me things, with a room full of trials, I just don't get into any of that. Crude's got to get through 47 and it's going to blow. NASDAQ's next target, guys, is 437. Anyone that took silver, you have first target on silver. Yeah, RTY is a long. 81.8 is where I gave it. It's down about 10 ticks, but it's a long. NASDAQ now going to trade to 37. 37. Anybody that's holding NASDAQ, 37. Crude should break out. It's got to get above 47 if you're still holding crude. Stop should be 14. If it breaks above 47, crude can get all the way, guys, to 61, 61.13. Bond yields have pulled back a bit. ZB may go long. Yeah, I think it is Degen. I don't have it as a short anymore. You're welcome, Keith. I think crude will break out. I don't think you're going to get much of a pullback, Mac. If the ES breaks above 38 quarter, 38 half, it's going. I mean, it just keeps going. It's going to 41. It's going to 41 anyways from here. I hate when the session opens at the highs. NASDAQ now has over almost 2,600 net buyers. And gold looks like it may pull back. Too few sellers for me. ES breaks out above 38 quarter. Goes. Crude above 47 breaks out. Above VWAP it goes. If you're not long gold and you want to try a GC long, you can take it here, 27.4, with a relatively small stop, 25.1, 27.3 with it. 25.1 is your stop, regardless. Come on, gold. I don't think gold comes any lower than 24. Mimi, I have 457 and 475. I have 57 and 75 on NASDAQ. And then I'd have to go to an hourly chart. Next target, yeah, crude is going to go. Crude broke out. I told you guys above 47. It just scooted 10 more ticks. I would not be getting rid of crude. If you're long CL, I would not be anxious to get out. 61 is next target. 61. Gold is being the only dingbat in the group right now. There goes crud, fellas. $61. You guys on crude, you guys can move your stop to 60.35. 60.35. Gold just go. Yep. Gold out. Gold 25. I do not believe it's a short. gold comes back through VWAP, it's going to go up. Look at that dog. Came one tick through my stop. Guys, at the open, I'm looking for a pullback long entry now on NASDAQ. If you're not in NASDAQ, I'd be looking for a pullback. Right now, support comes in between, there's a zone between 11 and 18. 2,700 buyers now. ES targets. Let me see. 43. We might get 48. 43 to 48 is what I have on ES. I mean, my preference is, I mean, I'd like to see a pullback everywhere. You know, in the indices, I detest opening at the highs. Looks like we're getting a small pullback in the NASDAQ, but 18 could be support. We could pull all the way back. I mean, all the way. It's not much. We could pull back to 98. It doesn't look like, I mean, we get 2,400 buyers right now in the NASDAQ, fellas. 1,700 in the ES. Yeah, I missed on gold. I missed on one. I still like gold longs, but I, missed on gold. We're trading 2 standards to 2 standards on GC. So we've expanded the range. And if gold can break out above 30.6, it stopped at 30.5 twice. It'll break out. Oh yeah, CL, NQ, silver made money. You know, I don't get them all. Some days we do. We are ready, fellas. 30 seconds, 30 seconds. Ten seconds. Here we go. 10 seconds. 1, 0. We're off, guys. Market's open. Let me get. All right, guys. My bots are now on. Still think NASDAQ's headed to 37. NASDAQ is longs, guys, 25, 26. We don't have much of a target, 37, and then, hope for the best. ES breaking out. Russell pulling back, bots in shorts. Again, Europe is closed. Volume is going to be light. Let me get my order flow. Let's see what happens here if we tag 09. We've got a big buy zone in here. We bounced 09. That may be our entry. I don't see any size. Got 156 buyers at 20 with block buyers. 63 contracts were bought at 20. They bought 20 again. Point of control. There's your long, guys. That's what they're buying 20. We're stuck at the 95% area, value area high. There we go. They bought 20. They bought 20 again. They're buying 20. Now they just bought 22. Here we go. Into the high of the day. No, not quite. They bought 20, right? For those of you guys that are in order flow, Thursdays, that was your lesson. That was exactly what we talked about. Buyers came in at 20. Look at your numbers. Look at the numbers. If you guys were there on Thursday or reviewed the the tape, you should have seen that. If you didn't see it, you're not working on it. Not to mention, I just explained it and walked you through it. My apologies. There was no video on Thursday. There was no video. Be that as it may. That was the class, whether you got a video or not. If you didn't see it, you didn't see it. We're going to 44, and then we could go to 70. 57 is next area, 44, and then 57. Anybody take the long at 20? I mean, it's not a huge trade, 20, 25 points. Anybody take the long? Okay. You get 2,800 net buyers. We're not looking for shorts. What are we looking for? Pullbacks. If you're not in it, you're not in it. I don't know why Russell's being so obstinate. ES broke out above 38, got targets. I've missed one trade today, guys. Gold. Let me take a look at gold. What a pain in the neck. Looks longs to me, though. Here is RTY, which Russell's long. You have a long on Russell. Long on Russell. If anybody wants to try a long on the RTY. Point of control. Again, not a lot. I don't see any size. 78 is going to be a problem. We're struggling here at the 68, but 78 is your volume point of control. There were some 12 buyers here, 12 contacts. Russell doesn't want to go. It's got small buyers, decent buying in the session. This is why I don't pay attention to Russell on order flow, guys. It's just so goddamn, there's no, I don't see any volume. 12 buyers. You got one guy bought 12 contracts here. That's your size. ES broke out. I gave you guys targets. Gold is quiet. NASDAQ still longs, fellas. If you're long the NASDAQ, you're long the NASDAQ. If you're not in the NASDAQ, I have nothing at this point. They're buying them back up. Okay, we're getting our pullback in the ES. Guys, you got 1,400 buyers. No, I'm sorry. 146 buyers. RTY bonds out. RTY down to 65.4 is what it looks like. Got to wait for pullbacks now, fellas. Take a look at CL. We could be setting up for a small pullback in NASDAQ. Pulling VWAP up on the ES. I don't have an entry short yet, but we're 15 minutes into it. This is your 5-minute range. Little bit of news here. ISM to beat, market PMI to beat. ISM is up. Russell is trying again. Damn, they're just buying NASDAQ. 470 if you're long NASDAQ. 470 is where it's headed now. $470. That's where we're going. Anybody still holding NASDAQ? Okay, fellas, 470. There goes gold finally. ES, new day high. ESYM, NASDAQ. Small caps doing nothing. Bots are quiet. Unless we get a pullback, guys, I have no entries. I would have liked to have seen 20 on the pullback, but we didn't get, not even close. We came to 30. Or 70. 69.5. It's going higher, guys. 75 now. 76. There's 70. Got it to the tick, but I think we go 75. Silver's getting a bid. Gold is getting a bid. Gold is longs. There's your 75, almost 6. Guys, all I got. Let me see where we can get. $5.93 on the hourly. $5.93. I don't know that we can do that today or not, but $5.93. If you're long, you're long. If you're not, we can watch. Well, if you've made your money, you've made. I mean, we're going to get a pullback eventually. We're 20 minutes into it, but there's nothing I can do. It's trend day. They'll rotate. Yes, I do hate trend days. It's all right. We'll get a pullback. I think. I think. I mean, yeah, right. But the problem is most of the guys, Chris, because I know, will take the trades early on, and they'll take $200 or $300, and they're out of the trade. And instead of trading, and instead of holding a position or holding a runner, and I have no way to get back into a trade at this point. I don't know why Russell is the weak sister here, but the Russell is for sure the weakness. YM is pulling back. We're going to get pullbacks. You just got to be patient at this point. I need the NASDAQ to pull back pretty good. I need at least 45. Russell's useless. I'm sure it'll go at some point today. I don't have a 30-minute GC. I don't know. Oh, 3-minute. God, Russell is just blowing my mind, fellas. How low can it go? Guess down to 57 now. 58, maybe 2250. If it comes to 2250, I'm all over it. Nice job, Carl. See you tomorrow. Nice job. Up $1,000. I mean, this is the extent of our pullback. Jeez, not much of a pullback, fellas. We do have big sellers here, though. 217, 230. They keep hitting it right here at 80. They're hitting 80. 240 sellers with a 60 block. They're hitting 80. They hit it again, 240, 242, 245. They're selling 80. RTY just won't turn up. It could come to 58. I don't know why they're not. I mean, they're buying the ES, obviously buying the NASDAQ. They've been buying the YM. They're not buying Russell. I don't know why. Probably because I want to get along. NASDAQ's going to pull back. You got to short off that 80. Small short off that 80. Then if we take this swing here at 72, I mean, we can get a decent little pullback and look for longs again. But they hit 80 every move up. Russell's not done selling. Russell's coming to 58, 57, 8. It could come down to 50. Not a big enough pullback for me, guys. They hit 80 again. They hit 80 again. I know Europe is closed. So is Asia. They sold 80 again. They keep hitting 80. Just above the 95%. They keep selling 80. You guys can try NASDAQ short. ISM services at 10 o'clock. Let's get past the 10 o'clock news. The big number's at 80, guys, and it's on the sell side. 261. They hit it every time it comes up. News in 30 seconds. See if we pop up to 80 and they hit it again. Let's see what happens at 80. They didn't get there. 79.5. 79.5. Lee, you're in the current class. I'm not even going to acknowledge that. We'll go over settings next week. We'll make sure that you have the same settings. So till we go through that, I don't know what your settings are. That's why. No point. $80 was the number, guys. Down to 57. I mean, I'm giving you guys the trade if you guys want it. Tell you where they're selling them and buying them. I agree, Paul. They did not sell 80 again. They sold it ahead of the news. Gold is breaking out, guys. If gold gets above this swing high here at 30.5, it's breaking out. NASDAQ, unfortunately, this is going to break out again, it looks like, but I can't buy it up here, guys. I cannot get a trade in the Russell, which is the only thing that's viable. Everything else for me is just too high. Dow futures up 290, S&P futures up 39, NASDAQ up 165, Russell now almost flat, up 3 points. Russell is far and away the laggard. Nice job, Derek. Nice job. Took the short at 80. I'm looking for numbers again, guys. I mean, I can't be long up here. So unless I see, a huge number come in, and even on the buy side in here, I don't see anything worth anything up here. This is just retail traders. I don't see anything on the sell side or the buy side of any interest. Russell basically going flat on the day. ES much like the NASDAQ, it's all buying. Gold just traded into the 95. You've got block buyer here at 28.9. Bots are quiet as a church. Russell's still selling. Good Lord. All right, we got 1,300 sellers here. You may get a short here on the ES. Got a short in the ES, it looks like, guys, off this 1,300 seller, almost 1,400 seller at 49.25. Maybe down to 47 first target. You got buyers here, but the seller, they hit it again. No, they got bought up. Come on down to 47. NASDAQ still nothing. Completely devoid of any kind of size. The size was ahead of the news at 80, which is basically where we're still stuck, but they're not selling 80 again. Crude is shorting. Looks like crude's coming into the low of the day at 59. Russell still nothing. Small net sellers. GC's got to get above 29.8 to get into the high. Guys, gold to me looks like it's going to break out. That 30.5 is the swing high that has to break. NASDAQ, I have nothing. Got 101 seller here. But they didn't hit it again. Guess you just take the longs and suck it up. I can't buy up here, guys. We're going over 500 momentarily. You got a target at 514.
Order filled.
Got a target at 514. 4,000 net buyers. See if we can break out again, I guess. Here comes 500. Gold is trying to break out. It's got to get above 30. All right, guys, if we get a pullback to 70, that'll be, I think, our NASDAQ long now. A pullback, I don't know that we do, but 70 is Gold broke. Above 30.6, gold's breaking out, guys. Down to 35 net sellers, nothing. There's gold. Russell is turning up. Long on the Russell. Long on the Russell. Yeah, that's what it looks like, Dave. Russell longs. It's back to a small green delta. God dang, this Russell should have broken out. Hey, there's a bot trade. No, Russell went short on the bot. This Russell is half cocked today. NASDAQ now making an assault. I still think this is longs. It's got to come through 61.7. Come on, 500. Oh, 13,500. This should be a pretty quick move now. This freaking Russell, man. I'll tell you. This is why I don't trade it. I have no idea, Chris, how you trade this thing with 50s and 100s. So thin. I mean, it looks longs to me. Russell looks longs to me. But it's just taking its sweet, blessed time going anywhere. This should go back to 71. It should go back to VWAP. I don't even know why it came. I mean, it retraced all of that move, which is, I mean, this was probably 61 was probably an entry. It just doesn't want to go anywhere. NASDAQ is the trade, guys. Bottom line, buy it and hold it. Buy it and hold it. RTY is trying. Come on, one more candle. Let's go. Jesus, won't go 15 ticks. It's a 15 range candle. God dang. Nice job, Mimi. We got 504, guys. We're going higher. I'm looking for a pullback. Gets above 65. It's working through this inventory. If it can get above 65, ran out of buyers, sequential decline. Chris, I don't begin to I don't begin to guess what professionals are or are not doing. Just remember, we are missing volume from Europe being closed. This is getting pushed around pretty good. Nasdaq's got decent volume. Russell looks like it's losing its mojo here. It's got to get back up through 63 and then take this swing. God, yes. I don't know how this is not back at VWAP. YM, NASDAQ, ES, all well above VWAP. Russell. Again, this is why I rarely pay attention to order flow, if ever, on Russell. It's just so thin. It's got to get above 70. You got 76 sellers there and block sellers, 10 and 11. Woohoo! Big sellers. Somebody sold 10 contracts. Somebody sold 11. Chris, is that you? Probably come back down to 59. I will tell you this. I generally lose money trading the Russell. It's an utter amateur's market. I just like the YM. I do not know how you trade it. I do not know how you trade it with the size you do. It is just such a beginner goofball market. Freaking ES breaks out above 38, up 20 farkin handles. NASDAQ got 14 or close enough to it. God damn you, Russell, for real. All right, I'll tell you what. If anybody wants to try it, Russell Long, 64.4, and you got to get above 65. If it goes above 65 and it fails again, I can't even watch it. I really can't even watch it. NASDAQ's my bread and butter. Bread and butter. I can make money with the NASDAQ every day. I cannot make money with Russell. I mean, Russell should be rising in just on sympathy. I don't have a next favorite, George. I can make money every day with the NASDAQ. I mean, you guys watch me do it day in and day out. You guys, most of you do it with me day in and day out. What do we really need to trade after that? I mean, I don't care how I make my money, right? But as traders, you know, you've got to align, you know, with something. For me, it's the NASDAQ. I don't trade the ES well. I mean, I don't particularly care for the ES. The Russell is, you know, just an amateur's. I mean, look at the Russell here. Look, it breaks out above 65, and then sellers come back in. For what? For what? This should trade to 70. Should trade to 70. This should be at VWAP. This should be at least 68 half. At least. You know, look, 3 net buyers, 2 net buyers. No, it doesn't. Look at your volume. 46,000 contracts. 46,000 contracts. Crude will give you a long at 91. This is going to work up to VWAP if you guys are patient. You're going to get VWAP if you just are patient with it and forget about it. It will go to VWAP. It's going a little quicker now. If anybody's, you know, long Russell, you got VWAP. I'm telling you, it's going to VWAP. NASDAQ is fairly overbought. They're going to have to rotate into Russell, I would think. Everything else is overbought. Look, now we're getting a little go-go juice. This is your long 91. Unfinished auction to trade to at 05. And we got buyers and sellers here at 10. I'll be right back. I'm going to get volume. It's right here. Right? 18% below our 3-month average daily volume. So we pretty much got what we expected. I still think we're coming down to 79.80, but anybody have any questions? I'm about ready to wrap it up for the session, guys. If you took the longs early, it was a good day. We missed on gold. I missed on gold. But beat them up on crude, beat them up on ES, beat them up on NASDAQ. Do I have anybody that did not make money today? If you took no trades, I don't care. You know, that's not making money. That's just not trading. Do I have anybody that's down money? Well, RTY got to VWAP. Did you come out at VWAP or did you hold it? You know, part of the thing is, Dijon, and you've been around a long time. If you're in a trade, you should know that you need to let me know. Hey, I'm in the Russell. Can you watch it? Or I'm in gold. Can you watch it? I'm in blank. Can you watch it? You know, like you'll trade silver and very few guys will trade silver. So I have no idea how you're trading anything or what you're doing with it. I said Russell should get to VWAP. It did get to VWAP. But if you've held it because you thought it was going higher, you know, again, I can't help you manage a trade if you don't tell me you're in a trade. Do I have anybody else that has lost money today? All right, 2 guys. Out of 300, I guess it's not that bad, but I never want to see anybody down money.